Hello, movie lovers. Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I'm going to bring you guys your new Blu-ray and DVD shopping guide and reviews for Tuesday, February 25th, 2020. Remember, you guys can find affiliate links to purchase all these movies down in the description below. Before we start the guide, I want to review for you guys a movie I got just after the deadline to get it in last week's video. Dark Sky Films did send over Killer Weekend for review. This is a British movie, I believe. It has an 85-minute runtime, English 5.1, English 2.0, and English subtitles. Now, this movie was about this group of guys. I can't remember how many there were. There were quite a few, and one of them's getting married, and so they're kind of going on this bachelor weekend excursion, the last outing of the boys before he gets married. And along with them is also the bride-to-be's father, so kind of the future father-in-law. And he doesn't, I don't know, they don't seem to really like each other a whole lot. Like, I wouldn't say they hate each other, but they don't necessarily seem to like each other. And so where are they going for this weekend? They're going to this zombie paintball hunting excursion. It's real in-depth. Like, you go there and you get like a basic training, and then they like take this army truck out, and then eventually they find this like stronghold and they have to reinforce it. And I don't know if they really said, but I believe it was just kind of like a whole weekend thing. Like, it wasn't like a 2-hour thing. It was supposed to last 2 days or whatever, that they're going to be out there in the woods hunting zombies. Now, the groom, he is a little timid and a little skittish and a little not really down with the whole hunting the zombies things. And let's just say through an accident, he accidentally really murders one of the actors playing a zombie. And from here on, it's just kind of this crazy horror comedy that's a lot of fun. It has, I'd say, pretty funny. I wouldn't say hilarious, but it does have a lot of good laughs, some good lines, some good situations, and basically they kind of just keep digging themselves deeper and deeper into trouble. And I enjoyed this one, guys. I thought it was a lot of fun. Great for horror comedy fans to check this one out. I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. All right, now first up for this week, guys, we have Knives Out, releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, all $24.99. Best Buy will have an exclusive Steelbook, which includes 4K Blu-ray and digital, for $29.99. It's also going to release on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Amazon, Best Buy, Target, and Walmart, $19.99. And then finally, we'll be releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Target, $14.99. Best Buy and Walmart, $17.99. Now, Lionsgate did send me over a copy of Knives Out for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you guys want to check that out, just search for Knives Out on my channel. This one is rated PG-13, and it's about this very large family that has a lot of money, and the dad is like this famous mystery writer, and one night he kills himself, but then this detective is sent in, and he believes that it could possibly be murder, and so he's kind of investigating the whole family. And it's really a whodunit kind of film, and they got this great old house that it happens in, and there's like secret window and like all this cool stuff happens. It's a little strange how they did this one, though. I would say roughly halfway through the movie, they reveal who the killer is and how it happened, and I was like watching it, and I was like, is this like he's like proposing this could happen? What's going on right now? Why are they revealing who the killer is? And it is who the killer is. So a little strange way. This was like a 2-hour and 10-minute runtime, and like I say, about halfway through. But then the other half, they do have more mysteries to solve, and there's a lot more to this story than meets the eye. And I was really surprised that they kind of pulled it back in, because I would say for about 15-20 minutes after they revealed the killer, I was like, why is this movie still going? But I think they really pulled it back in. Had a great ending, great story. Of course, you got a lot of great actors in this one. Daniel Craig, Chris Evans, Ana de Armas, Jamie Lee Curtis, Don Johnson, Toni Collette. Just crazy good cast. Of course, superb acting. Like I said, just great story. I love this one, guys. I gave it a 4 out of 5. Next up, The Hunt for Red October is releasing on a 4K Steelbook, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital. Amazon and Best Buy, $24.99. Target and Walmart, no listing. Now, Paramount Pictures did send me over a copy of The Hunt for Red October for review. I did post an unboxing of this. If you guys want to check that out, just search for The Hunt for Red October on my channel. Should be pretty easy to find. So this is the 4K Steelbook. The only way, at least currently, to get the 4K, Paramount is doing this on a lot of titles recently, just releasing these 4K Steelbooks. Now, this is the 30th anniversary of the movie. This movie's almost as old as I am, but I had never seen it before, so I was definitely interested to check it out. It is PG, which I found pretty surprising. Not after watching it, but before, I was just like, that's a PG movie. It does have a 135-minute runtime, so it's, again, a little over 2 hours on this one, and it has Sean Connery and Alec Baldwin, and I kind of was surprised. Alec Baldwin, I don't know his career real well, and obviously, I was a young child when this came out, and so I don't know where his career was, but it just seemed kind of weird that he'd be in this movie. He is actually playing Jack Ryan, so I don't know if he was the first Jack Ryan. I'm not really sure. I haven't seen a lot of these movies, but he's playing Jack Ryan, and so there's this Soviet sub, the Red October, and it's this new super silent sub that nobody knows about, and they're kind of like, I don't know if they're on not a patrol, but kind of like a training or something, and they kind of break off and they start heading towards the United States. Now the U.S. knows, and they're trying to catch them. The Soviets are trying to catch them, and Jack Ryan starts thinking maybe they're trying to defect, and they want to bring us this sub as a present, and we can kind of steal the technology and all this kind of stuff. So, the government gets kind of excited about that, they could maybe steal the technology. And it's, to me, the first hour of this movie is so slow. Like, I didn't think they were going to turn it around. I just like, nothing's happening. They're just riding through the water, and Jack Ryan's trying to convince people that they need to not attack the sub, and, that they're really trying to defect. The second half of the movie, though, it did really turn it up a notch. They start having kind of like these little battles and like escape maneuvers and like shooting and like kind of all this crazy stuff. And the second half, like I said, definitely turns this movie around. I really enjoyed it, guys. The first half was a little slow, but I understand they're building the story behind this. I thought Alec Baldwin was good. He didn't do a lot of action, so maybe it, kind of made sense for him. Of course, Sean Connery is always great. James Earl Jones. So I give this one a 3.5 out of 5. I enjoyed it, guys. The 4K, to me, I don't know. I didn't really compare it to the Blu-ray, but it just didn't wow me for sure. Next up is Color Out of Space. This one's releasing on a 4K and Blu-ray. Amazon and Best Buy $17.99, Target $21.49, and Walmart $26.88. Also releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $14.99, Walmart $20.62, and then it will also be releasing on a DVD. Amazon and Best Buy $13.99, Walmart $14.52, and Target $14.59. Now, I did get to check this one out, guys, but it's been a few months. As with these RLJE films, I'll typically review them the week they hit theaters. I didn't get a physical copy of this one, but I did give it 3.5 out of 5. And if you guys want more in-depth thoughts, you can always search for Color Out of Space on my channel. It is a Nicolas Cage film. If you guys like Nicolas Cage and kind of the greatness / train wreck he can be, he's definitely out there in this one. It was about kind of like aliens, and it was definitely a strange movie. Next up is Greenlight. Now, this one will only be releasing on digital platforms. It is a thriller movie, and I think it was around an hour and a half. I can't remember the exact runtime. It is directed by Graham Denman, and I'm not going to go over the cast because I don't think you guys are going to know any of them. But this movie was about this kind of young guy, and he's kind of trying to break out as a director in Hollywood, and he's created some shorts, and he's gone like on I don't know what you would call them, if they're interviews or auditions. I don't know what you would call like a director trying out for a movie. I'm not in the business. I don't know what they call it, but he's trying to get a director job, and nobody will give him a chance, and they're like, we don't want a new director. We want somebody who's directed a feature. And he's kind of in this thing where he can't direct a movie because he hasn't directed a movie, and so he's just kind of doesn't know what to do. And he doesn't really have any money, and he can't really finance his own movie. And he's like living with his girlfriend, and her parents don't really like him that much. And then this producer gives him an opportunity to direct a movie, and it's kind of like, I can't remember what he called it, like a thriller, but it seems kind of like horror thriller kind of thing. They don't go too much into what the movie's about. It's they do a little bit about this sleep deprivation or sleep study thing, and these people are going crazy and killing each other. But then one day the producer comes to him and he says, you know what? I need you to do something for me. The final death has to be real. So he starts freaking out and he's like, I can't do this. But the producer is like threatening him and threatening his family and threatening his friends and all this stuff. And it's kind of this back and forth of him trying to prevent this and then the producer trying to hold something over him, and they kind of do this back and forth cat and mouse thing, and there's kind of like double crossing and triple crossing and kind of like just all these twists and turns. And guys, I thought this was a really cool movie. I definitely enjoyed it. Really well acted and really well shot and good production. It was a lot better than I would have thought. I give this one a 3.5 out of 5, guys. It just a really fun movie and kind of, I don't know if you'd call this a horror or a thriller, just kind of in there somewhere. Check that one out for sure. Next up is The Climbers. This one is releasing on Blu-ray only. Amazon, Best Buy, and Target $17.99. Walmart $22.68. Now, I should be reviewing this one. I haven't gotten it. They said I should have it by today, but I won't have time to watch it before I record this video, so it should be in probably next week's video as long as I get it. Next up is Frozen 2. This one's releasing on a 4K Blu-ray and digital. Walmart $29.96, Best Buy and Target $29.99, Amazon no listing. Also releasing on a 4K Steelbook only at Best Buy. It will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. I did pre-order that one, but I believe I have to go pick it up on Tuesday. Target will have a 4K Gallery Book, which will include 4K Blu-ray and digital for $34.99. It's also releasing on a Blu-ray, DVD, and digital. Best Buy $22.99, Walmart $24.96, Target $24.99, and Amazon no listing. Next up is Pet Sematary 2. And this one's releasing on a Blu-ray. Amazon and Target $24.96, Walmart $25.86, and Best Buy no listing. Next up is Hot Dog the movie. I saw this one quite a few years ago, and I do have a review up of it. I believe it's like a ski movie. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but I do remember somebody told me they looked up Hot Dog the movie on Google, and my review comes up. So that's kind of cool. It is releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Best Buy $17.99, Walmart $19.85, and Target $19.89. Also releasing on a DVD, Amazon and Best Buy $14.99, Target $16.59, and Walmart $16.73. Next up is The Return of Ultraman. This one is releasing on a Steelbook, which includes Blu-ray and digital, Amazon and Best Buy $24.99, Walmart $28.75, and Target $28.99. Also releasing on a Blu-ray and digital, Amazon, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, all $22.99. Now, I don't think I'm getting this one for review. I don't know, there was some sort of mix-up with me and Mill Creek Entertainment for the month. They said I didn't request any movies. I could have swore I did. I don't know what happened. I don't know that I need to go back and review it. I'll definitely pick up that Steelbook at some point, though. Next up is the one missed called Trilogy. Now, these are the Japanese movies. I believe I have them all, and I know for sure I saw the first 2, but it's been a really long time. But it is releasing on a Blu-ray, Amazon and Best Buy $34.99, Walmart $35.90, and Target $36.49. Now, I do have a couple movies to review that have already been released. First up, Mill Creek Entertainment sent over Restricted Area for review. Now, this one does have Sean C. Phillips, of course, everybody knows as Cool Duder. And so I wanted to check this one out just because, like, I enjoy watching his videos so much, and watching his videos kind of inspired me to want to start my own channel. I've always watched a lot of movies, but I just thought it'd be so cool to do after watching him do it. He is in it a little longer than I was expecting. It's not just like a real quick cameo. He's kind of in the beginning for, I don't know, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, and they're looking for this rave, I think it is. I didn't realize at first they were saying rave. I didn't know what they were talking about, but I think they were looking for a party kind of out in the forest. And he ends up getting killed. And so then we just start. It's totally different people, and they're out in the woods, and they end up running into this cult, is what it is. And I didn't really understand like why they wanted to kill some people and why they wanted to recruit some people. The music on this, guys, was driving me crazy. And I see this a lot on low-budget films where they just kind of overuse music. They feel like every single second of the movie has to be filled with some kind of music, which really just isn't necessary. And they do a lot in this one where it's just like low, slow organ where you're boom, boom. you know, and it just after a while it was driving me crazy, and it kind of makes me sleepy, and I definitely didn't enjoy that. It was for a really long time at the beginning, and they came out with some better music, and I was like, okay, finally it's over. And then the organ kept coming back, and everything on this movie is super mediocre, from the acting to the story to the production. I don't know why they weren't using some sort of tripod or something. The camera shakes like crazy constantly. Super annoying there too. So I gave this one, guys, a 2.5 out of 5. You know, it wasn't the worst acting, it wasn't the worst story, but like I said, if they had fixed the music and maybe done a little bit of better camera work, I think it would have improved this movie a lot. Last up for the week, guys, Mill Creek Entertainment did send me over When a Stranger Calls. Now this is on their VHS slipcover line, and this is the old school, I don't know what year this thing came out, 1979, When a Stranger Calls. And I want to show you guys the inside, and I like what they did with this cover art. I definitely think it looks good. I mean, the picture is a little fuzzy, but it's definitely a cool art. You see this, you're like, okay, that's a cool movie. Now, I have the original DVD. I always thought this thing just looked like the cheapest artwork. Like, it just to me, it looked like such a cheesy movie on this artwork. So this one is about this woman who is babysitting these kids, and somebody keeps calling, have you checked the children? Why haven't you checked the children? You know, and she's kind of going crazy, and she calls the cops, and she's trying to get the cops to help her. The beginning of this movie is really good. It's really suspenseful, really dark, really spooky. But then they catch the guy, and he goes to an insane asylum, and he escapes. And then from there, a lot of the movie is this private eye trying to track him down. And to me, it kind of loses like all the horror and suspense. And it's just this guy trying to find him, and it's not super interesting. And then at the end, they kind of bring it back to where this guy is kind of going crazy again and out for blood, and, you know, definitely gets back into the horror and suspense. And I definitely like the way they kind of pulled it back at the end. I didn't remember that middle being, you know, kind of so boring with that guy just looking for him and really not a whole lot going on. So this movie is all right, guys. The picture quality I thought was pretty good. I didn't compare it to the DVD just for time reasons, but I thought the Blu-ray on this one looked pretty good for sure. I give this one a 3 out of 5. So that is it for this week, guys. I hope you did enjoy the video. I would love to hear what you guys are picking up, or if you've seen any of these movies, what you thought of them down in the comment section below. If you haven't already, subscribe for more videos, check the suggested videos, and for more movie news, check out my website, BobsMovieReview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.